I just believe that there's a physical and the non-physical to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go with the law of attraction as though like just thinking about something or asking the universe for something, but also what you're actually doing is putting that thing into your reticular activating system. Have you done much? Do you know much about like the RAS, reticular activating
Yes,
system?
I've learned about it at university. I'm a doctor.
Amazing. Yeah, cool. There you go. You can tell me about it. No, but I use that strategically. So I'm like, okay, so if there's something I want to manifest, which is just bring into my life, basically create, then I need to put that thing into my reticular activating system, and then my brain will just go to work looking, scanning for the opportunities to make that happen, or coming up with ideas to make that happen. So I guess I used to think that like the universe was giving me ideas and opportunities, but actually my brain is coming up with ideas and looking for opportunities. But I still believe in both because some things have happened that I cannot explain.
Yeah.
That when I've said I wanted something and then it just happened. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's for me, I believe that things are created in the ether first, like in the non-material world, the world of thoughts and spirit and ideas. And I also believe that the universe is kind of an idea of someone or something.
Yeah.
And
That's
so because if you zoom into like any type of stuff, then it's disappears and it's just energy that's left, vibrational energy with anything, be it like this can of water or this paper. It's just energy. If you zoom in, if you put it under a microscope, at some point everything disappears. So there's no this materialistic world. It basically doesn't exist. There's nothing. It's just like some electrons swirling around, and then the nucleus, protons and neutrons. And it's basically nothing. Like, and you can fire, for example, hydrogen atoms through anything, and it just goes through. So anything. So the only real thing, this is how I perceive the world, is consciousness. And so everything is just an idea. And either we are just one being playing with puppets, just like when you were like maybe little and then you had like small puppets, like Barbie puppets or something that you played with. I think it's
Dinosaurs.
kind of dinosaur, yeah, or Lego or something. It's kind of like that, like when you play like, you know, with man and woman and they're walking and it's still you, but you're playing like these different parts. This is like one idea that I had. Or like we're really, let's say, separate beings that interact with each other, but we are somehow connected. But I once had the vision that we're all looking through the same eye. I had a vision where, like, I did a meditation and I had a vision where we all looked through the same eye, and each and every being is like just one being. We're all one being. This was like a vision that I had, and I was like, okay.
That's a trippy meditation.
Yeah, totally. It was very trippy.
One of my favorite, you just basically went on my favorite rant. Like if I get drunk, I will just go up to everyone and be like, what are you if you don't have any beliefs? They're like, nothing. And I'm like, exactly. Like, let's change them all. Who could you be if you changed everything that you believe about everything? Like you're just nothing with beliefs. And yeah, it's fun.
That's cool. I like the simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
A little bit, not too much. You'll have to fill me in.
Yeah. So the theory is this. Elon Musk brought it to my attention. He strongly believes that we're living in a simulation, like in some kind of computer game. Why? He said mathematically, it's very improbable that we're in quote base reality, because if you look at computer game development, how old is it within our human species? Maybe 30 years, 40 years or something. And it was like very basic, and now it's super realistic already. Like with some computer games, you cannot even tell if it's like real or not, like if you watch it on a screen. So the experience is very real. We just had maybe 40 years. What if a civilization had 40 million years? Assuming that that aliens exist out there, other civilizations that are smart, they could also produce computers. And of course, if they produce computers, if they make computers, they're going to make computer games. And so there could be like even layers on top of that. It could be simulation within simulation within simulation. It's not a problem to do that. Just like in this reality, we can create simulations and you can do things within things. So, and he said, given that, just calculating the sheer numbers, it's very unlikely that this is original base reality. It's just 99.9% not possible. I mean, not 100%, but close to 100%. It's very, very unlikely. And then that makes me think, okay, so maybe this is why spirituality works. Maybe this is why law of attraction works, because everything is somehow connected. Or have you heard of these magic numbers? Like some people do kind of, it's from Grabovoi and he has like magic numbers, or there's like also a sacred geometry in ancient Egypt and in old buildings and pyramids. Everything is like mathematically perfect, like the pyramids and everything. That one part is like, one way to look at it is, oh, yo, those people were very, very smart and like supernatural who built that. The other way to look at it, we're living in a computer.
It's a code.
Yeah, it's a code. Yeah. We're living in the matrix. And this is why maybe thoughts are things and maybe we can then influence it. And the big thing is, for me, we have to be so careful about our thoughts and feelings and views, because we could be let's say a real player, or even an super powerful, like much more powerful than we think we are. And by saying nonsensical stuff that harms ourselves or our beliefs and reality, we could destroy a lot of things without meaning to, because we're just not conscious about how powerful we are. What would you advise for someone who wants to start an online business, especially an online course business? What advice would you give them how to start that successfully? Because you've done that successfully.
I think the first thing, and I do teach people how to do this, you need an audience to start with if you want to do it online. So you have to decide first who you want to attract. But I believe that you should use your own personal story to attract them, rather than just trying to help them achieve a goal or something. So I have this strategy that I just call story selling. And anytime I'm helping a coach to grow their audience, I usually recommend that they create, a free little ebook or a free little video, a lead magnet that gives a lot of helpful advice, but also shares their story using the hero's journey formula, which I think you just touched on a little bit earlier. And share where they came from, what they've been through, what they've done, and then now what they're helping other people to do. And then run that as an ad on Facebook or Instagram. And when the people read that relate to it, if they're going to come and follow that person because they have something in common with them. Whereas if you're just doing like a free lead magnet that's like, oh, how to get clients with Facebook ads, it's kind of shallow. Like there's no emotional connection there. So I think you'll have a better chance at like a long lasting business and better relationships with clients if you get them in with like a personal connection from the start, something that they have in common with you, like a belief or a value or an experience. And then just really nurture the relationship. So I'm always creating content for fun. I like helping people. I like creating content. And I think when you are selling something, whether it's a course or a membership or a mastermind or something, like always be focused on the results that the clients are going to get and really come from a place of like genuinely wanting to get them those results and making that the most important thing rather than you just making the money. Because that's where the money comes from, and that's where your brand reputation also comes from if you're good.
Cool. So if I get you right, you would kind of tell your story at first, relating to a specific problem or thing that bothers your audience, and then tell your story and then offer your service. Is that right?
Yeah.
And make the offer so that it's more of a personal connection, and then use Facebook ads and
to get
Google
it out
ads.
there.
So you're all about Facebook, right?
Yes, I have always, since it existed, I've been using Facebook to grow everything. It was MySpace before then. And then Facebook came out. So yeah, I've been using Facebook ads for well over a decade now, I think.
So is it like, would you, I think I like Facebook ads because you can target people very sharply. And this is like, and I think relevance is very, very, very important to do effective marketing. Would you also say that any business somehow should learn the skill of marketing on Facebook? More or less.
I think so, because almost everyone has a Facebook account. Everyone's on there. A lot of people come on there, go, oh, I don't know if my audience is on Facebook. They probably are. You just need to get the right thing in front of them to get their attention, and then decide where you want to put them from there as well. Because I like sending people into my Facebook group, but not everybody wants a Facebook group. So if you want to get them onto your email list, you can do that. If you want to get them onto your YouTube channel, you can do that. Like, you can find them on Facebook and then redirect them to follow you where you want them to be, with like retargeting or an email sequence and things like that. Thank
you so much, Carissa. If someone wants to learn more about you or reach you, how can they do that the best?
Probably in my Facebook group, Coffee with Carissa.
Okay.
Best place to be.
How do they find you on Instagram?
It is Carissa Hill Coach, Carissa.
Great. And do you have a homepage?
Yes, it's carissa-hill.com.
Nice. Carissa, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you. Me too. It was really fun.